How do you get your data? This is how. So I'm in Qualtrics. I'm looking at my survey view, and it has this thing up here that says data and analysis. That's where you go. Now, pay attention to one detail that matters when you have randomization. I do have randomization. These, somewhere in here, there's 3 blocks. The devouring ones, devour and eat and nibble. Those 3 blocks are randomized. You can see that in the survey flow. There's a randomizer, and it says select one of these 3 things, and it says evenly present the elephants. Evenly present the elephants, please. Be the elements. Yeah, maybe I should slow down a little. Anyway, so I go to data and analysis, and because of the randomization, there's one extra little thing I want to check when I download. So I'll show you in a minute. All right, so this is the data and analysis screen. It's got a ton of stuff, whatever. You can delete individual items here if you want. You can delete stuff. And so if you can use a column chooser and put your like research code column here, so you could go and delete your test responses here right in Qualtrics, so you don't even have to download them if you wanted to. I mean, I sometimes do that, but it's easy to do it when you download them too. So what you want is this button that says export and import, and you want to export data. You're going to export it out of Qualtrics so that you can get it. It's stuck in Qualtrics. The 2 options you probably want are CSV or Excel. I'm going to do CSV. Excel is very similar, but there's one less junky row you have to delete at the top. You'll see that in a minute. So CSV, you want download all fields. Now, by default, it always says export labels. I don't know why this flashed. That was weird. You don't want labels because then if you have a question that says, very little, a little, a lot, you'll just have those words in JASP. JASP doesn't know what to do with the words very little or a lot. No software system really does. Well, none that students would generally use. And so we want numbers. We want those recode values that we created for our variables. So we want it, or that JASP or the Qualtrics, automatically creates for them. So we want values. So we'll get numbers wherever possible. Instead of the words, we'll get the numbers attached to those words because we want that for analysis. And now, because we have randomization, I'm going to say do one more thing. More options. There's this option here. There's something checked, and it's the one right above it. Export viewing order data for randomized surveys. That's what's going to allow you to see which condition each participant was in for you in your study. Without this, it'll be impossible to see. As long as you randomize by blocks, you should see this. There's other randomizations this also captures, but blocks for sure. So I click that. I've got export values. I'm going to do CSV. I could do Excel, but I'll try CSV. And I'm just going to download this. Now on most computers, it'll automatically download to your downloads folder, and it'll put a CSV file there. If you've gone through stats where we use JASP, etc., you've gone through this before, but you might need a refresher. I always make my browsers, there's options in Firefox and Chrome and whatever, I always make them ask me where I want to put stuff because I want to put stuff in special places. So I want to save it, and I want to save it in this special folder. That's my Qualtrics how-to folder. I'm going to do this, I'm going to call it download tests so I can find it. It has some other stuff that you can see there. So that's downloaded. So I've got my data now. Before I put it into JASP, I need to tweak it a little bit. So here's this folder that stuff is in, and it says download test. It's a CSV file. If I double click this, most of the time CSV is going to be understood to be like an Excel type file, so it'll open my Excel, or my low budget free open source Excel. For you, it might open actual Excel. If you don't have Excel or something that can open this, you can upload this to Microsoft OneDrive and open it with Excel there, or you can upload it to Google Drive and open it with Google Sheets. Those are basically Excel too. Either way, you need to be able to just edit things, because this is a step in between before you can put your data into a data analysis program like JASP. So let me open that, and mine has a little import dialog. Yours probably won't. So there's my data. There's all this stuff you don't care about at the beginning, junky. When you get to this code thing, okay, I had Qualtrics create a bunch of test data. This isn't real data. It's fake data for me. So no, people didn't type a bunch of Latin stuff into my code box. Qualtrics did that for me. So helpful. And so you see you have the variable names in the first row. You need to keep that. Now, I still forgot to rename those variables. I should do that again. I can go back and rename them and and publish and download again. It's fine. So I want to download with the variable names. I'm going to lose the descriptions, which is why I like to have the variable names to remind me at least what I'm dealing with when I'm looking in my data analysis. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to delete these 2 rows. Just leave the top row, but delete rows 2 and 3. Now you don't want to just press the delete key. I mean, you can, but then you'll have these empty rows. I don't like that. I'm going to Control Z, undo that. I'm going to right click after. Now, did you see how I selected the entire row? You don't click here, you click over here on the numbers, and you can collect both. I did a click drag thing, and you can select both rows. So let me right click on that. You'll always have some option in any spreadsheet program like Excel or Numbers or Google Sheets or online Microsoft Excel, whatever. You'll always have some way to delete entire rows. So I'm just going to click delete rows. There. Now I'm ready. Now I'm good. So I save that. I pressed Control S, or I could be really explicit and say save. So I've saved that now. So my survey download is saved. So I'm going to use JASP and I'm going to open it, and you can see that it should work very nicely. Recent files, no, not recent files. Browse. It probably is going to remember where I was before. Yeah, survey download test. So I download that. There we go. Now it works. And you can tell, look, there are ruler signs up here and little, so this means ordinal data. And this means scale or numerical. Man, we use that word scale so much. We need a new word. So that's one thing that tells you it imported correctly. If you forgot to delete those 2 rows, you'd see 2 rows of word type stuff here, and every symbol up there would be these, because this is nominal data, and you would have words in the data, and so JASP would say, it's words, it's nominal, I don't know what to do. But now it's smart, it knows what it's doing. So that's how you download your data, and you'll probably do that many times.